Hi guys, and welcome to a new video. So today I want to show you how you can wire the split coil on your P-Bass either in series or parallel mode by installing a push-pull pot. It's relatively easy to do and it gives your instrument a bit more of tonal variety. And I'll do some clips at the end of the video so you can hear the differences. And okay, so let's get to it. The first thing we need is a push-pull pot, and I'll briefly show you how it works. So it's basically a normal pot with a two-way switch underneath it, and the two are separate and don't interact with each other unless you wire them to do so. I have this toggle switch to help you understand also how it works. So this one has three terminals. There is a middle one, which is the input, and depending on the position of the switch, these two or either these two terminals are connected to each other. So, but the push-pull pot has 6 of these terminals, like this switch. So it's basically like two switches in one. So these three are one switch and these other three are another one, but they both work at the same time. So this is basically how this push-pull pot works. So when the shaft is down, the two middle terminals are connected with the bottom ones, and when I pull up the switch, the two middle ones are connected with the two upper ones. So the CTS pot looks different, but works exactly the same way. Just the layout is a bit different. The 6 terminals are moved up over here, and they're also numbered, but it works exactly in the same way. Okay, so this is how a split coil is typically wired. So there's a ground wire and a hot wire, and the two coils are connected to each other like this through this wire. So technically the hot from this coil is connected to the ground wire of this one, and this is a series wiring. So when you have two or more coils connected to each other like this, that's a series wiring. Instead, in a parallel wiring, we have all the ground wires connected to ground and all the hot wires connected to the output. So in order to achieve a parallel wiring, this wire needs to be cut, thus creating a hot and a ground wire for each coil. And the two endings will be connected to the two middle terminals on the switch. And when the switch is down, they will be connected to each other as they normally are. But when the switch is up, the two coils become both grounded and both connected to the outputs independently. So since this wire is too short after it will be cut, I'm going to replace all of the wires connecting to this pickup with this vintage looking cloth covered wire. Okay, so here are my pickups. It's normal that the wires mirror each other because the two pickups are wound in reverse, so that's perfectly normal. I've also wired the switch, as you can see. So I just need to wire everything in the base and we're good to go. So I made a little mistake, and sometimes things don't go as planned. I did cut the wires a bit too short, and so I had to rewire one of the two coils. And unfortunately I did run out of wire, so I had to solder another extra bit at the end of this one, of these two. So I have enough room to do all the soldering. If you're doing this, just give yourself plenty of space, so otherwise it's going to be very hard to do. Okay, I did manage to get everything right in the end, even if some things took longer than I had anticipated. I had a couple of grounding issues which I had to fix, but everything turned out well. So I'm going to record a couple of clips. I will play them both series and in parallel mode. So when you see me push and pull the pot, so when it's up, that's parallel mode, and when it's down, that's the series mode. The strings are DR high beams. They're relatively new, just a couple of weeks old. And these pickups were originally on a Duff McKagan precision bass, which I just had lying around, so I thought I'd use them for this video. So let's give this a try. So that was interesting, I guess. So as you heard, the series mode was definitely darker and punchier, you know, the typical P-bass sound, whereas the parallel mode was a lot thinner and also a lot clearer. So I think it sounded more like the original P-bass, which had only one single coil, maybe also similar to a jazz bass using only the neck pickup. So they're definitely two cool sounds, and by doing this modification you can have both on your P-bass. So let me know what you think, which one you preferred. If you like this video, please like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. And I'll see you next time.